Hey, what is up, guys? It's been a whole minute. As you can see, we are not in the Lexus, but we're in my brother's slash sister's car. They're sharing this car, which is a 2016, I believe, Scion I am. So basically, what we're having is these controls. They're not really working too well. Like, they work intermittently, but after that, like, it stops working. So like, we have this maintenance required light, and if I push this back button, like, nothing happens. And I got it to work a little bit the other day, but then it just stopped, right? So I thought it could have possibly been a clock spring, but the horn works. These buttons up here, they work, as you can see. If I like put on the radio, like, it will like change stations. So that's that. So what I'm thinking, it's probably going to be a faulty switch. I went on eBay and I bought a used one. As you can see, it's the exact same thing. I bought this used. I couldn't see too many of them. I believe there's only like 2 listings on these, because if you were to go straight to the dealership, I believe this part's around like $300-400. So I did not pay that much on eBay. I paid maybe like a tenth of that. But let's see. I'm going to show you how to install this. We want to begin by disconnecting the airbag. Disconnecting the battery, because every time you mess with the airbag, you want to disconnect the battery, just because it's better be safe than sorry. You don't want this thing to go out in your face. So we're gonna go disconnect the battery, and I believe to disconnect it is a simple 10mm in the front. So I'm gonna go disconnect that, and then after you disconnect the battery, there are 3 slots. You can remove this one here by the cruise control. This thing, it just simply just pops out. Let me see here. Let's see. You can even just pop it off with your finger. It just simply pops out. There's a little, I want to say it's like a little bar that goes in. You're supposed to like push up, and the airbag should pop out. You have one on the side right here by the switch. You have one. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that right here. There's another one right there. That hole, and then there's another one right here. So I'm gonna try my best to pop it out, and then I'll show you what everything looks like after it's popped out. All right, guys, so I finally got it out. This was kind of a pain to get out. What definitely helps would be to have a flashlight. This is from my bicycle, but it's really good to have something that's bright. As you can see here, it's a little hard to see, but there's that pin. So basically what you want to do is basically you would come in, and then like it's like tensioned in. So like, if you see here, you just basically like move it, and since it is spring loaded, it basically just pops out by itself. Same thing with here. Let me see over here. Same thing. You just want to move it. And then the one at the bottom was the hardest one. I don't know if I could see it down there. It's right there, the one right there. That one is the hardest one for me. I had to actually turn the steering wheel a little bit and you know, finesse it a little bit, but it popped off. Just like everything, if you keep trying, eventually it'll give out. Obviously you want to be extremely careful when you're working with this. But now, once that's out, you do have, let's see here. Here you do have your 2 keyed connections, and then that little ground. That thing just slips off, and then these ones, I believe one of them you're able to pry out. So let's see here. This one, literally just wiggle it out a little bit. I'm gonna do this off camera, but that one right there, you just wiggle it out. And these ones, as you can see here, there's like little indicators where you could actually just you put like a little screwdriver here, and it should pop up, and yeah, and then the airbag should come out. All right, now we finally removed the airbag. As you can see, I placed it over there in a little safe space. Now to remove this little trim piece, there's this one screw right here, one screw right here. Obviously mine came with the wiring, as you can see in the back. Now let's say you weren't gonna remove the wiring. let's say you're gonna leave it in place, you would actually just wanna, if you can see here, you can actually just pry this out and then pry this out on this side. But for me, it's just gonna be easier for me just to simply just disconnect it from here. And we also wanna remember how everything goes. So like, as you can see, this thing goes in here and then the airbag wires go on top. So, you know, just keep that in mind for when you're gonna put it back. So 1, 2 screws, and then disconnect it from the top, and then this trim piece should come out. So I'm gonna take this out and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, I finally got it out. I did forget to mention this little piece right here is actually held in right there. So just you just easily just pull it out a little bit. Also, when removing this trim piece, it was on there pretty tight. So what I did, I grabbed it from right here, from the edge, and then from the top, and then just slightly wiggled it off, and then it popped out. And then the same thing with this side. It will come out. You just have to be gentle with it, but also, you know, just pull on it, you know, make sure not to break anything. So, you know, it's out. So now this is the new used one, and we're gonna put it back in, and it's basically going to be the same thing in reverse order. So I'm gonna put this back in place. Make sure to put this back in its proper place, and I'll let you know how everything goes out, and then hopefully we'll have our working buttons again. All right, so now I have that trim back in place. I put my 2 screws back in here. I have this wire going on top like it's supposed to. Now, a good tip is, if you're a forgetful person, or even if you know what you're doing, you know, it's a good idea to like take pictures. That way, like, let's say if you don't remember, you can look back and you can see how everything looked like. So now we're gonna connect these back to the airbag. Now, they are color coded, so there's practically no way that you can mess this up. So you see the orange will just connect to the orange, the black will connect to the black, and also don't forget to connect this piece back to the airbag, which is this little strip right here. And after that, we're literally just gonna place it in. We want to make sure nothing is in the way of the airbag. And when we put these in here, we're literally just gonna push it in one by one, and it should just literally pop in place. I honestly don't really like this design too much. If you guys have seen my Lexus steering wheel replacement, I prefer the bolts. It's so much easier in my opinion. But you know, maybe someone who's been doing this for a long time can get through this a lot quicker. But that's just my 2 cents. So we're gonna put this airbag back in its spot, and we'll see what happens. One more thing I forgot to mention: when you put these little keys back in, you want to make sure that they pop in place and you hear that click. Yeah, it's gonna sound something like this. So you want to make sure that you hear that. You want to make sure everything's nice and tight, especially for this cable back here. You want to make sure that it doesn't move and that it's making good contact with it. And then you know, just like I mentioned earlier, we want to make sure that there's nothing blocking the way of the airbag. And literally, as you can see here, there's a gap, so we're just gonna really just push. You hear that click? It clicked in. We're gonna do this side right here. It clicked in, and then the bottom, it clicked in again. So now our airbag's back in its place. So now I'm gonna connect the battery, and hopefully this button should work now. If not, it might be a wiring issue, but we'll see what happens, and hopefully we're good to go. All right, this is always the scariest part, because you don't know if the airbag's gonna explode or not. But here goes nothing. All right, so we're good. All right, we're gonna turn it on. See, it still honks. Now, for the moment of truth, to see if our back button works. And it works. So we're all good to go. So that's how you fix this issue. Like, if you're having a bad button that doesn't work, you want to replace this switch. I'm pretty sure something's probably corroded inside, or something happened. You know, someone who's like more into this, who knows how to repair these buttons, can, you know, obviously go in there and clean everything. But I'm not that savvy with this type of stuff. To me, it was a lot easier just buying a used one and switching it out. But now I'm glad that we have this thing working, and now I can finally, you know, erase that maintenance required light. Not erase it, but reset it. And yeah, guys, if this video I can't even talk. If this video helped you out, don't forget to subscribe and like. I know I've been out for a cool minute, but you know, nothing really goes wrong with my Lexus, so I can't really post new content. But I hope this helps you guys out. This should work for the Corollas. This should also work for the IMs. Basically, it should work with any car that has this issue. I'm pretty sure a lot of Toyotas have a similar style steering wheel to this. So if this helped you out, don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, guys, stay safe out there. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget to put the cover back on. But I hope this video helped you guys out. And until next time, guys, stay safe out there.